Hey everyone, and welcome. Today, we're diving into one of the absolute fastest growing career fields out there, ESG. So if you're looking to build a career that's not just future-proof, but actually makes a real impact, you are in the right place. We're going to break down exactly how to find the certification that gets you hired. Okay, let's just jump right in with a big question for you. I want you to think about this. Forget coding, forget data science. Just for a second, what single skill set is projected to be the most sought after by employers in just a couple of years? Go on, take a guess. You know, the answer might actually surprise you. It's not some complex algorithm, it's not a new piece of software. It's actually just three little letters that are completely reshaping the business world as we know it. So let's talk about the ESG revolution. So what on earth is ESG? Well, it stands for environmental, social, and governance. And really, you can think of it as a new report card for companies. It's a framework that everyone, from investors to customers, and even employees like you, can use to see how a company is really doing. It's not just about profit anymore, it's about purpose. And this, right here, is why it should matter to your career. Look at this. The demand for people who get ESG isn't just growing, it's absolutely exploding. This is a massive wave of opportunity. For companies, having ESG experts on board is no longer a nice-to-have. It's become totally critical for survival. All right, so the opportunity is huge. We get that. But that brings us to the really important question. How do you jump on this? How do you position yourself to not just land a job, but to actually become a leader in this exciting new space? And that's the real challenge, isn't it? Whenever a field gets this hot, everybody wants in. All of a sudden, you're not just competing on your passion for the subject, you have to prove, without a doubt, that you have the real, hard skills to back it up. So, how do you do that? Well, this is where things can get tricky. You decide, okay, I'm going to get qualified. You do a quick online search and bam, you are immediately hit with this huge, confusing sea of options. You start scrolling and you see titles like these. I mean, they all sound pretty good, right? They sound relevant, but what do they actually teach you? And maybe more importantly, which one of these is a hiring manager going to recognize and actually value? It's really hard to tell. And this is what leads to what they call analysis paralysis. You know you need to make a move, but you're terrified of investing all that time and money into the wrong program. The absolute key is finding the one that truly lines up with your personal career goals. So what's the solution? You've got to stop looking at every single option and instead focus only on what we'll call the elite certifications. These are the ones that are going to move the needle on your resume, the ones that build practical skills you'll actually use. So what makes a certification elite? Well, it's definitely not about the price tag or some flashy website. The best, most valuable programs are judged on a really clear set of criteria. So let's break down exactly what you should be looking for. First things first, does the industry actually know and respect this certification? Is a recruiter going to see it on your profile and immediately get what it means and the value it brings? Because if the answer is no, it's probably a hard pass. Next up, you got to look under the hood. Does the curriculum go beyond just the buzzwords? Does it teach you practical skills you can use on day one, like GHG accounting, or how to do TCFD reporting, or real stakeholder engagement strategies? You're looking for real depth. That part is absolutely non-negotiable. And finally, let's talk about the bottom line. Does this thing actually work? You need to look for proof. Look for testimonials, for strong alumni networks, and for clear evidence that the people who finish this program are landing the jobs that you want. A great certification has a proven track record. This brings us to a really key decision point. You'll find that the best programs often make you choose a path. Do you want to be a generalist, someone who understands the big picture and oversees broad strategy? Or do you want to be a specialist, someone who dives deep into something specific like sustainable finance or supply chain ethics? Knowing your destination is critical before you even start the journey. Okay, so we've laid out the problem and we've identified the criteria for finding the right solution. Now let's get practical and turn all of this into your personal action plan. How do you actually chart your course from here? You know, it really just boils down to these three simple steps. First, you have to get crystal clear on your own why. What part of ESG truly gets you excited? Second, use those criteria we just talked about, recognition, depth, and impact, to vet your options like a pro. And then third, once you've done the work, make your choice with confidence. I love this quote because it just captures the essence of everything we've talked about today. Investing in your education is always a smart move, but taking that extra time to make sure it's the right investment, well, that's what transforms it from just being a cost into a career-defining asset. So the final question really isn't if you're ready to be a leader, but more like, what kind of leader are you going to be? Because as the world shifts, companies need people who can navigate these really complex issues. The opportunity is right there, waiting. Are you going to be the one to seize it?